All right. Welcome back, YouTube, together with Bruno Inspireiro. Uh, Straight out of the blackout yesterday in
Yep.
Portugal. Uh, so I hope you're doing fine. Did they figure out what was the source of the blackout in Spain and Portugal?
Hasn't been revealed yet, but I think it was some chemical power plant that burned up in Spain. And since Portugal is apparently completely dependent on Spain for absolutely everything.
Whoa, that's a risky thing. I thought maybe some hacker hacked your electricity
Nope.
or something. Anyway, so EWC, it stands for Esports World
Yeah.
Cup. It's very similar for ESWC, which many of us consider back in the days as a world champion in esports, because like it was usually one time per year, usually during the summer. It had like all the best like esport titles, and there was also qualifications towards ESWC. So you had nationals. So from every country there was like someone like going to represent that country if you qualified for the main event. And ESWC was Electronic Sports World Cup, I think, right?
Yeah. That was it. I
So
was
the
wondering what the S was for, but that was it. Electronic Sports World Cup.
okay, so that's kinda they copied a little bit of this
Yeah.
name.
A little
Okay,
bit.
okay. So you know what's funniest thing, as we spoke already in private with many people about this probably, like EWC legit has every single game. If I think if the game like you remember this old game on our phones like Nokia and shit like the Snake. If this
Yeah.
game did exist, it probably will be on Esports World Cup, and
I
Quake
mean, it's a
wouldn't be.
mobile game and everyone plays it, so yeah, it probably would be.
I honestly think like every game, even if it's like I don't know, I don't know. Maybe I'm too piped for this one, but I don't want to call names and say that some game is worse than the other. But honestly, like even if I'm not like Quake player, let's say, and I look at it from like third point of view, I would actually really like to see Quake there because like it's one of the biggest titles. Like I mean, what the hell? Why it's not there? Is I cannot really like. I got few ideas, but still like this is what I don't understand for real. And how many games there are at all?
Uh,
Like
right now, there will be 25 tournaments, I think. Scroll for more info. Let's see. Look at these are going to be the games for this year. So it's going to be Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Black Ops, Call of Duty Warzone, and chess because that's apparently an esport.
yeah,
Counter Strike 2, Crossfire, Dota 2, FC25, previously known as FIFA, Fatal Fury, Free Fire Galena, QWC, HC is Honor of Kings, League of Legends. I can't even tell what this is. MSC, I don't know. Oh, that's Mobile Legends Bang Bang. It's
okay.
it's like a MOBA. This is Mobile Legends Bang Bang, but female version. Overwatch Champions, PUBG, and PUBG Mobile, which I think has a bigger prize pool than the actual PUBG. Rainbow Six, Rand Sport, which is a racing game. Rocket League, StarCraft 2, Street Fighter, Teamfight Tactics, Tekken 8, and Valorant.
Jeez. And like the previous season had even more games, right? I think.
Let's see. This is a previous season. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 23. Three less games. So it's growing, I think.
Okay, and for example, if for Rocket League we got 200k prize pool, right?
That was last year, yeah. Where is
Is
it?
it for
I don't.
the like on the right?
No, it's 750k.
Okay, the Rocket League, I mean.
Oh, Rocket League. Yeah,
Yeah, but
200k.
anyway, it doesn't matter either of these games, like StarCraft even 400k. Is it like for the whole season or is it for like the main final?
Just the main event, I believe. We can look at Wikipedia and find out. Like this year is gonna have 70 million
If we want to
prize
compare,
pools.
yeah, if we want to compare ourselves to anything, I think that the best will be to compare ourselves to StarCraft 2
Yeah,
because it's 1v1
definitely.
game and it's the game
See.
which was along the Quake for all those like esport years.
So it's 7. 800,000
Yeah.
for the main event. I don't know if the qualifiers. Let's look into the last year to see, because we'll actually have numbers for that. So last year it was 60 million. So it's growing. It was 60 million and now it's 70 million. The last year it was 1 million overall for the StarCraft. And 400k for the winner. 400k for the winner. Not even.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
That's like.
That's insane, dude.
Claus needs to get on this. And the guy won 50k more for being the MVP. Nice.
I'm curious if they already got paid.
Yeah. Okay, so there's qualifiers, global standings. So this is how it goes. To participate, you either qualify through something like this, which was a small 75k tournament, very small.
Yeah.
And there was another one in winter, another one in spring, 75k, and then another one in spring, 100k. Holy crap! Katowice for 500k.
Whoa.
Since when is StarCraft this alive? People have been saying StarCraft is dead for like years, and I
Yeah.
see there's like 2 million, like 4 million in 2024. What the fuck? EPT standings. What is this? ESL Pro Tour. There's how is there so much stuff? What is this? I don't even know what this is. Seems to be like a league ranking system from placement. This is really cool. This is a power ranking.
Yeah.
So who gets top 8 in the power ranking qualifies, and then there's another one for Korea, another one for America, another one for Asia overall, and then global standings as well. And then qualifiers. Okay, there was a few qualifiers. Apparently they did it on site in Saudi Arabia. So there's a lot of chances to qualify, right?
But as you said, like a lot of people say that StarCraft 2 is dead, and I actually
How is
hear
it
it
dead?
a lot. I actually hear it a lot. That's why I'm also curious. I really think not for the prize pool they're offering, like the EWC. I don't think they are getting as much back from the people, because I don't see really like huge, like you know, huge amount of people like talking about it. Don't you think it's not as loud as it should be?
I mean,
'Cause-
do you expect StarCraft 2 to have a positive, ROI? It's gonna be like Quake, except it's actually bigger because apparently EWC boosted the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna. I don't think any of those games, with the exception of like maybe CS and League of Legends, would have
And
positive ROI.
if you look at their like Instagram, how much followers do they have?
300k.
Okay, so that's some movement there, but probably like the main
And,
CS channel has more.
and 150k for EWC.
Yeah, crazy.
Not a lot. Considering the money they're putting on, it's really not a lot.
Yeah, and as we spoke, you also said that, but I also heard it from multiple sources and people, that the guys who are responsible for EWC, for running EWC and organizing everything, like a lot of them know Quake and had to do something with Quake, right?
Yeah, I guess everyone at some point was involved with Quake, right? Especially
Yeah.
if you've been in esports, you're involved with Quake. Like the people who started Twitch were Quakers. The people who started almost everything else in esports were Quakers.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing, I tried to find the post, but I couldn't find it anymore. But I remember seeing that a few of the people that are in charge of being like the esports coordinators for EWC were directly involved with Quake in the past. So I would be surprised if they haven't tried to, make a connection between Quake and EWC. I would be very surprised if that didn't happen.
Same. I would be extremely surprised. And I really think that at some point, maybe they try to reach out to the people who are ruling the Quake. And this is also my main question, is a game like Quake, which at one point, we are a huge title, we are well known, everybody knows Quake, etc., etc. But on the other hand, it's a niche game, nobody plays it, like the... Where did I finish? Yeah, so on one hand we got like Quake, which is like huge title, everybody knows Quake, everybody started with Quake, we are well known in esport. On the other hand, the community is super small, nobody plays the game, like it's too difficult to start, etc. Do we even can we even afford like picking where we want Quake or not? Shouldn't it be like we or people who rule in the Quake trying to get Quake into the event, then other way around, because I also feel like back in the days in 2011 when we had like ESL, you know, IEM series and like DreamHacks and stuff like this, that was the time when like ESL wanted Quake, DreamHack wanted Quake. Everybody was reaching out to Quake, and it felt a little bit like when they were not interested anymore because of the numbers, or rather because like you know there was CS:GO coming up and Quake Live wasn't like updating anything. It felt like we from our side, or
Didn't do anything.
as a game developers, we didn't even try to, and I know it for a fact, we didn't even try to speak with them, you know, to maybe find some solution on, or maybe run some smaller events aside, you know, to cut some costs or whatever, just like, you know, to have Quake as an esport. This is what
Yeah.
I really don't understand.
I agree with you because like if Quake would be like CS, we would have every tournament organizer trying to reach out to us. But Quake is really small, so it should be us reaching out to everything. Like it would be amazing to even have a 50k tournament at EWC because it would just get Quake. It's like they don't care if Quake is as a small player base or not. If we manage to get there, Quake's viewer base would at least grow a lot.
Yeah.
But it has to come from us.
Yeah, and it's not only up to developers of the game, but also maybe people, like if there will be like huge fan base. Imagine now that EWC is happening and there is no CS:GO. Like, I mean, the community of CS:GO will just spam the heck out of their like
Yeah.
DMs on every social media to the point where their like accounts will be banned basically because of this flood. And I don't think there was only one person even trying to message them about Quake.
I agree.
I know,
Do you think
I
maybe
know
that?
Venger was like spamming them at some point.
Yeah.
But you know, we need much more people like this.
I wonder if the Reddit post that came out like a year or two ago saying that the Esports World Cup has Quake people related was their attempt of trying to see if people would reply to it or not. And
Yeah.
sadly, in Quake, nobody really cared much about it. I saw posts from Wenger. I saw maybe a couple of posts by DDK, and that was about it.
Yeah. True. I didn't even see the post from DDK. Did he say something about it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember who was it exactly, but I think it was DDK.
Because this feels like this also seems like a long-term project, because we already had the first season. Let's say if this was a scam or whatever, or didn't work out, didn't pay off, I don't even think like people like them really want to get something in return in the beginning. Like they probably see it like a long-term investment. So I think this is long-term because it's already second season and stuff. So that's why I'm also making this video. I also
Yeah.
want to like get into like people's minds, and maybe because there's never too late, we can always try to get Quake on that, you know, on board. It's just the matter of like willing to do that. And I think if we all could like try to like message them or like get some people involved, I think it's not really difficult. As you said, like the connections are like made, like it's probably easy to like, you know, I would also like to know like the perspective of like developers of our game and how do they see that, if they tried to reach them on their own. I don't think so, right? But because
I have no idea.
they
I would
wouldn't
be
do
surprised,
that.
honestly.
But like what would happen, if for example, um, geez, my microphone is again. Sorry.
You know what I see here that is really interesting? If I see at the organizers on the right side, there is the EWC Foundation, and then there is ESL Face It Group.
Yeah.
So, like,
So
Face It
that's
is
the-
involved in it.
that's the
yet
direct
another
link.
connection for us.
Yeah.
ESL as us. We have all the direct connections in Quake.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about sustainability and future, the club program has started last year as well, which is basically, you see all the games here, right? The 25 games. Clubs, like orgs, also by participating in two of the games, they also play for the club championship, which I'm loading now. Let me go for the 2024. You see this? This is another. You get points by participating in games, which is a club championship thing, which gets orgs interested in having more teams.
That's cool. Yeah.
So imagine like if you have Quake here, you would have literally from the second it's announced, you would have every single QPL pro basically hired for some org to play this tournament for them.
Definitely.
Suddenly, everyone in Quake would be in a pro org.
Yeah.
Because getting here, you know the tournaments are like 50K or like 200,000 or a million. Look at how much money the club championship has. It's $7 million for the winner. $4 million for second place. And this is insane numbers. These are insane numbers.
This is crazy.
Look at the placements for this. I think Falcons won because they won like 2 games and they got like top 8 in a few more, or top 4. Liquid got second place, and then Team BDS only played in 2 games and they won both, and it was still enough for them to walk out with like 3 million or something.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Then there was orgs like that played with a lot of teams like Fnatic and Twisted Minds, but couldn't really do a lot. They got second place in like top 8.
You know, this is extremely cool because it also makes all the games equal for the orgs, because they can still gain as much for each game. So they don't really have to really focus. This is really nice from esports perspective. It also evens out the games, because at some point, if the prizes are if prizes are if the prizes are similar, if the points are similar, then it makes the games even, and half.
And you can see here, all points are similar for every game. So it even if the prize pool for CS is 2 million and for Quake would be 50K, it means that the Quake tournament is as important to win as a CS tournament, which is amazing.
And did you follow it a little bit on Twitch? Like, for example, if they played finals, let's say CS, did you follow CS a little bit? Do they have like big numbers like other major tournaments?
I remember watching at the time, but I wasn't really looking at the numbers. I was more like impressed by like the overall production and everything.
I'm curious if they have like Twitch channel, like official Twitch channel, or they okay.
No, yeah, they do. They definitely do.
Okay. Yeah,
I was watching stuff even like not that long ago.
Okay. Well, that would be weird if they didn't. Yeah.
360K.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, so this is my point basically. I really think personally Quake should be there. And maybe at some point we should do something like this and try to like get Quake in there.
This is everything I love about esports. Like, there's so many cool ideas in here, and them even putting out this club championship thing shows they want to be in this for the long term, and they want orgs to participate in this for a very long time. The prize pool last year was 20 million. I think this year is probably going to be around the same, right? It's not going to be much difference. Let's see. It doesn't say. It should be about the same. 7 million for first place. Oh, apparently it's going to be 27 million, from 20 million last year to 27 million.
Man, this is so cool. This is like a full package, because you got like players involved, orgs involved, everybody is involved here.
For every game. It's like the Olympics.
Yeah. The huge
Except the Olympics are really specific, so this wouldn't be exactly like the Olympics. This would be a lot cooler.
Yeah. This is super cool. I didn't know about this club thing. It's extremely
I don't
cool.
think many people know about it, but it's a really cool alternative. And if you can see like orgs like Falcons and Team Liquid, they are starting to get players on almost every single game. Like if we look at Team Liquid, we can look at their website. They probably have an org in every single game, right? Yeah, look at the games they're playing on.
Whoa.
Age of Empires, fighting games, Overwatch, Valorant, Apex, League of Legends, PUBG Mobile. They don't even have PUBG Squad, but they have a PUBG Mobile Squad. Chess, because they have Carlos Maxon now on chess with them. CS, Crossfire, Dota, MLBB, SC2, Quake, of course. Every single game. So they're going to go in it to try and win the club championship.
What I really like is that they call Quake the Arena FPS GOAT. See? And it's not on EWC. Or even, I don't know, even for example, like org like Liquid, right? They got the best player in the world at the moment. Shouldn't they try to maybe reach out to EWC to have Quake there also?
To be in their full interest, right? Because that's 1,000 guaranteed points.
Yeah, and 7 million to grab.
Exactly, and they got second place last year, so this would... How much more points would they need to get?
Rafa will give them like this 1,000 points.
Yeah, so if you give them... Okay, they're still a bit far, But
But still, they will be 3.5 instead 2.5.
yeah, it's not bad. But the thing is, imagine Quake would be announced for not this year because there's not enough time, but like for this year, instantly. Kilson gets picked up by one of the biggest orcs. Wenger, Razy,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
Even Sirius would have a chance of playing professionally.
In Luna Galaxy.
I think even Strengths would be able to
In
get in a major
Strengths
arena.
will be in Alliance. No.
Alliance again, yeah.
No. Where will be Strengths? Just scroll down. Down, 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 down. He'll be in... No. No, 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 no. Up.
OG or
No,
Wolves?
no, up, up.
Oh, right, OG did it.
Home
played
girls.
in one
Home
tournament.
girls.
Home girls. Yeah,
Yeah, home
Strengths,
girls.
sorry.
So we are
Copy
continue
my
our
rebellion.
we are continue our like tradition, and we are bashing Strengths. One time we were very nice to him because we made a podcast with him, and now we are again back to the roots.
I'm surprised to see VP so low. But
Yeah,
they didn't have a lot of, a lot of points. They did have a lot of arcs, but not a lot of points.
don't think they got as much games.
And then there's orgs like this, like Omega Sports or KPL Dream Team. They didn't qualify for it because you need to at least get top 8
Okay,
in 2 games.
okay,
It says here, right? Eligible for the club, 2 top 8 finishes.
okay.
And you can only
Interesting, yeah.
get first place if you actually win one tournament at least. So, there's interesting rules.
Okay, and if we speak about chess, for example, is this chess like it's like online chess or
No,
like
it's land chess.
it's normal
'cause they
normal
need the ping.
traditional chess?
Yeah, yeah.
If
Yeah,
you go there, I'm curious if like the most famous chess players are participating.
Yeah, yeah. It's Magnus Carlsen, Ricardo.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, yeah. That's what I meant. So they play there.
Team Liquid, who is playing Falcons,
What?
of course,
Carlsen is in
and
Team
Aurora.
Liquid? That's
Yeah, yeah.
so
did not
cool.
like I even talked about it when we were singing. I said they got Magnus Carlsen here.
Okay, I
That was
didn't
like a
catch that.
partnership
I
they got
didn't catch
not
that.
not that long ago.
Okay,
If we
that's
see here, it's
crazy.
probably still on the news. I
Yeah.
think this was very recent.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where do I find news for Team Liquid?
Because Magnus is like seriously the goat of chess. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if he's the best, but he's like the most popular, definitely. If you think about the chess, even if you don't play chess, like I know, I know him from YouTube. Like you know, he's very like he has big socials and
Yes, it was like last week.
okay,
Last week that he joined. This is insane.
that's huge.
Yeah, this is what I remember seeing. This post was February 2014.
Okay,
2014, February 14.
Don't worry, we're pretty chill on esports. Welcome to Team Liquid, man. Make it.
crazy.
Let's go.
You know what I like
really
about
cool.
him? I don't know if you follow chess a little bit, but he likes to be late, and you know the clock is going, so somebody makes a move, like he presses the time, and then like Magnus is coming after 2 minutes, and he has 1 minute
Just
left or
doesn't move
something.
instantly, right?
Yeah, and he instantly moves
Yeah.
and he wrecks the opponent. That's crazy thing.
Look at the first reply. EWC, of course.
Nice. There was also some drama like not long ago with him that there's like strict rules for
Oh,
chess.
because he 'cause
He wore
was wearing-
jeans.
couldn't-
He
exactly.
wore jeans instead of some like elegant pants or whatever.
Look, the chess cup is gonna be 1.5 million.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Extremely cool. Sponsors. Sony, Pepsi. Nice.
Yeah. We need that in Quake. I genuinely think there is
Definitely.
space for Quake there.
I think so too. It will require some of work from us, but I don't even think that it will be that much. I think we really need to have like decisive people from Quake. So developer, devs.
I'm the hell out of them. Guys, if you
Just-
see these videos, tweet at EWC and ask for Quake.
Yeah, like Quake also has like decent social media. Like Quake, like Twitter is not even that small or anything. Like we could like tag them. Like we just need decisive people like trying to make a contact, maybe making an appointment, and then trying, to set up a meeting or whatever. Like maybe 04 can fly to Riyadh and, have
Look, even
have a
for
word with them.
there's an open tournament for chess. It's online and it's 20k prize pool. Oh, it's an offline tournament. Okay.
Okay.
Where is this? It's in Dallas. DreamHack Dallas. So they're holding open tournament in Dallas. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Street Fighter, $1 million. Tekken 8, $1 million. There's even TFT. I play this game like on the toilet on the phone.
But imagine like coming up with the idea of having all the games. Well, I mean, we already
It's
had
the
the
Olympics,
SWC.
basically, right?
We already had the SWC, so something very similar, but this is on much bigger scale.
Yeah. The SWC had like prize pools of 10,000 to
Yeah,
50,000.
yeah.
And this is in the millions.
Which was still impressive back in the days, and that they had so many games too. Like even organizing such LAN, like organizing a LAN for one game, for example,
long
for
does this
Quake,
take?
it's already like difficult, but just organize it for all the games.
Look at this. This is like a 2-month long thing.
Yeah.
It's from week 1. All. Can I not scroll? Oh. Week 1. Goes to week 2. Wait. Okay, so it starts in July 8th. This is when it starts.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes all the way to the end of August. It's like
Nice.
2 whole months.
And this
We
is
need Quake there.
and this is LAN, right?
Yeah. It's a huge land in Riyadh.
Oh my god. And it's during
I've
the
seen
the biggest hit in the summer.
Let's see how the League of Legends finals were.
The city is nice.
Is this the actual? Yeah.
I think Sparty would hang out there well. I can see Sparty there, definitely.
Is this the actual venue?
I don't know.
Might be.
Might be, yeah. And it looks cool.
Yeah, I think it actually might be. Look, it's like a whole huge ass complex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, we need Quake there.
Definitely, guys, if you got any idea how to get us into there, would be dope.
Do they have like a live audience?
Yeah, I'm curious too. Because how do you even sell tickets for those events, if it...
Yeah, there is
they
live
do.
audience,
They
okay.
do. So probably, for
God, look at
example...
these animations.
Yeah, so if you are a European, right, and you are probably the fan of CS, so you need to choose like a date where it's like your favorite team playing or favorite phase of the league is going on, and then just book your trip, get a ticket, and go there. I think that's also super cool. This looks good.
Wow. It's kind of amazing. It is like, how do you even animate that?
There's no room for mistakes for production. And who is doing the production there even? Do you think it's someone
don't even know.
who did, for example, football or something?
Has to be one of like the big sports thing doing production.
Because this is something which
Oh
is
my god.
this is better than real sports, because like UFC doesn't have even like 10% of such production.
I mean,
Look this.
Look at this.
Dude.
What are you-
Yeah, like
that's
I'm
just
curious
amazing.
who's doing production, because like sports events, like boxing matches, like UFC doesn't have such production, man.
It's all kind of insane, really.
Yeah.
And then what? Let me see the end.
Whoa. I just realized that we both went speechless for a second, but
Yeah, I mean,
I was just like enjoying the moment. Yeah, like I think it's really good for them. I think
there's a production.
I met a lot of guys from Emirates in Overwatch, and I think that was the first game which allowed them to like really compete with other like continents and stuff, and they're really into esports. So I'm actually not surprised that they came up with this idea. They got all the resources, all the money, financial stuff to organize such thing. I think that will
Who
be
does? I can't find who does the production.
yeah. Because I'm just curious because like the production is extremely good. Yeah,
Yeah, actually can't find anything.
yeah, we won't find it, but yeah, I didn't follow it so much until now, but yeah, this seems super high quality.
It
Okay,
is. I mean,
and there was something like criteria for game developer if you go up. Was that?
what? Oh, it's for people to test games. So
Ah,
if you
okay,
bring your game here, it can probably have a booth somewhere for people to test games, I guess.
okay. There should be also how to get your lovely game on EWC.
I guess everyone can apply to be a caster or an analyst or whatever else.
So,
It's pretty cool.
you know what's your future job is?
to,
You
to
need
get Quake there.
no, you need to apply as a caster. I think that's
Yeah,
easier.
yeah, yeah.
That's easier than getting Quake there. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
This is how he can get strengths in as a cosplayer. He can bring his visor.
And make a music.
Exactly.
He should do that. Okay, so the 2025 like finals are starting in June.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna watch like
July.
July. Yeah, I'm gonna watch bunch of this. I think it's worth it, and I'm curious what's production this year because it
It's
all
like the group
looks really
stage
good.
for like the Dota takes like a whole week, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's a couple of days break, and then the playoffs start. And when is Dota again? And then nothing for a couple of weeks. Okay, I guess it's there.
Okay.
So a game takes 2 weeks basically.
Mm-hmm.
Starts on the 8th and finishes on the 20th or 19th.
And I
This
remember
is group stage and then that.
there was some like news like 2 years ago or something that ESWC is closing, right?
Is it?
Wasn't it like a big news, ESWC, that they are like closing the project?
I do not remember.
Because they are not organizing anything anymore, I think.
How much does it cost to attend?
Like the tickets?
It says 999, but I don't know how much that is in euro. How do I?
If I have
Oh,
to guess, I think it's 250 euro.
I can change here. Where is euro? It doesn't say euro.
Dollars.
Say US dollars, whatever. It's the same thing right now. It's yeah, 250.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
nice one, Avik.
Thank you. I know Emirates prices. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. It's for, yeah, okay, so you're buying for weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, that's super good price, I would say.
But I guess it doesn't like include room and etc.
No, I
That's-
think that's only
that's
tickets,
probably a
but
lot
still,
more.
Yeah. But still, I don't think Saudi Arabia is as expensive as it seems to be. I think you can get really expensive hotel and expensive things there, but if you really want to go like with the budget, you still can get like yourself a nice hotel for decent price, and that's it.
We need to get there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if I would have to go, if I will go there, I think I will go for some chess and cheer for Magnus.
Let's see PUBG Mobile and PUBG, the difference. PUBG, oh, it doesn't say. Okay, need to check. 2024 again. I remember, I think it was bigger price pool for PUBG than PUBG Mobile. So PUBG has $2 million
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's quite a lot. PUBG Mobile is $3 million. Okay.
What?
Oh look, okay, Kaplan was there. What
Kaplan.
was Jacob doing casting PUBG Mobile?
Another, another connection we got there. Yeah,
But he
nice.
only casted the mobile one, didn't cast the normal one.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think we really need ISO speed there. Can you imagine ISO speed?
I should
Ca-
speed
casting Quake.
casting Quake, man. I should speed and Ronaldo casting
Yeah,
Quake.
because Quake is the fastest game there, right? So ISO
Yeah.
speed should cast it.
Yeah, and do a backflip after every map.
No, ISO speed with Zoot. Like two completely different mentalities and like, personas.
Could get Zoot to do a backflip.
Yeah. And then ISO speed barking at Zoot. Oh my gosh, that would be good. I think we could do so many beautiful moments out of Quake. So yeah, guys, if you're watching this, you know who to contact. You got all the details to
Spam
their social
EWC.
media. Spam EWC. I think I will spam them too. Like, we need more people. And really, if we got any decisive people from Quake, I think it will be worth a shot to just like, message those guys and suggest them taking Quake for another season, because really Quake it's not like it's like I really think like Quake is like one of the better games in general, and like it could easily be there like among those games. Like I don't really
Yeah, even if
see any
Quake is hard
downside.
to play,
Yeah.
to watch it's really simple.
Yeah.
It's really simple to watch, especially duel, right? I'm not even talking about the team
Yeah.
modes, but watching Quake duel is the easiest thing there is. It's 1 versus 1. It's super easy to follow. One guy shoots another, and that's it. And even if they do the smallest tournament ever, which for their standards would be something like 50k, it would still be the biggest tournament we've seen in Quake for 2 years.
And very beneficial, and also like with their abilities and their production and their like possibilities they have, like they could easily like explain for newer viewers. For example, they got like people on Twitch like waiting for another game, and we got Quake meanwhile explaining for people what is Quake about, like some like quick like to guide about Quake. I think they could do it in a very nice like way, like by production, and like they could make some like really nice video explaining what in very easy steps what the main goals are, because every
I think
game
it'd be
in
great.
general is easy to understand. It's very difficult to master and then play it on high level, but to understand the basics of the game, it's super easy.
If we get Quake there, literally the Quake scene just gets revitalized in a flash.
Yeah.
Because suddenly there's like a 50, 100k tournament there, so all the orgs are getting the pros, all the pros are playing again, there's a lot of interest, and people will start putting
People
more tournaments, we get more
streaming, like
sponsorships
talking
overall.
about it, yeah.
Just everything,
Yeah.
everything. So we
And-
need Quake there.
And especially that when we had QPL, it wasn't that bad, honestly. Or even before QPL.
All
when
pros
we
were
had-
playing relatively actively. Like there were streams every week, pros playing. So it was good. The
And-
biggest, like what this would do, this would be like UPL, but times 100, because all pros would be playing all of the time to make sure they would win.
I think the statistics will be very similar to the one which we had like in the beginning of Quick Champions. So like before like this $1 million tournament, because that would be as much mess for our scene if EWC picked up Quake as the news about like $1 million tournament. And I think there was like this exhibition match like for like what was that, for Sacrifice, and it had like thousands of people watching, right? Wasn't it like 40 or 80,000, something like this in the peak?
I don't even remember.
60, something like this.
I just know it would be insane
Yeah.
in all areas of the game. I don't think we would get many players, because I don't think that the player base would really, maybe times 2, times 3 what it is now, times 5 at best, but the viewership would be insane.
Yeah, as we spoke before, it's like with Quake, it's never about the amount of people playing. I don't think we ever gonna reach like huge community with a lot of players, but we can reach like the numbers of like viewers, and I think that's more important than the players itself. As soon as you got like small community who enjoy it, you got pros, and then you got like a lot of viewers who enjoy watching. Same with me, like I really like to watch CS. I didn't play CS for 2-3 years, 4 years, I don't know. I just don't play the game, but it doesn't like mean that I don't want to watch. I still watch like the most interesting games, and I don't play at all. So
I think Quake is probably one of the few games that has a much bigger viewer base than player base.
yeah, definitely.
CS has like 1 million viewers, but it has 2 million players. In Quake, you can get like 5,000 viewers, but we only have 500 players. So it's a big difference.
As I said, like we had this last DreamHack in 2019, and I think I was seeing statistics. I think my match in semifinal against Cooler was watched by 24,000 people in the peak. So what we talking about? And at that moment, yeah, I won. But at that moment, we had probably like 200 people maximum playing the game, maximum. So that's some paradox in Quake, which is happening. And I don't know. I also don't know why, but when we switched to the league system, I think we dropped some viewers. I also think like when Overwatch switched from like tournaments to league system, even though they pumped so much money into this league, I don't think they get as much viewers.
It's weird, right? Because like in League, you get the same people showing up every week, but since you drop the stakes considerably, except for the finals, not everyone gets so interested. Like I don't always tune in for a League game, but if it's a tournament game, yeah, I'll tune in because it's like 3 days long and I'm there for the whole 9 hours. But a League game, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, next week you're gonna have a League game, so.
Yeah,
I think 04 was explaining it in a way that if there is a leak, it's like similar to series, like Netflix series, so you got like episode each time.
Yeah.
And it's true, you're waiting for it, but I think only the most stubborn people who really loved it were waiting for it, and they were tuning in every single time. And if you got like a really cool movie coming out, let's say you have like Rocky 6 or something, you got millions of people waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally when the movie is in the cinema, everybody goes at once. So you got one time you got bigger amount of viewers than you got like consistently over the weeks, like every weekend.
Yeah, that's the balance.
Yeah.
With League you get less viewership but more consistent viewer base. With tournaments you get a lot more people, but it's usually a one-off.
Yeah. Anyway,
that comes to tournament formats, right? I really remember. Still, my favorite tournament format is what Too Good did with the diabolical stuff for the test tournament series. It was really good. It was like a whole month-long tournament, and every weekend there would be a stage to play. Basically, you first had one qualifier, then a second qualifier, then the playoffs, and then finals.
Yeah. So it was like tournaments in a league.
Yeah.
Let's say, yeah. Like regular tournaments, like yeah. That's good. I think. That's also
basically good. Like the old 125 FPS month-long league.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks are qualifiers, and then you have a playoffs, and then you have finals.
Yeah.
It's a cool system.
Exactly. Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, I think we covered everything for EWC, right? Because we don't know much about it. It's our video to our community, so maybe all together we can make Quake great again or something. Like Cooler one. I think Cooler said something similar in 2017. It was to people who were like, to developers that we believe in you guys, we trust in you. Quake is the best. Play Quake.
And Quake is for smart people.
Yeah, and by the way, you have a nice shoes. That's what he said to Red Eye. So probably Red Eye is somewhere there also casting something, so I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments and what you think Quake needs to be there. And do you think if we really would gather up as a community, as developers, as pro players, as like people who love Quake, like big esport personas, if we all at once try to get Quake there, would that happen? Or wouldn't it happen because Quake is too small, too what? Too old?
Or instead of thinking and answering to Av3k, just do that instead.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, comment on ESWC videos asking for Quake there.
That's it. Thank you for watching, guys. See you.